Alrighty, so we're back working on my sister's 50-ish Ford trailer. You don't want to know how I know it's a Ford? Because it says Ford. Anyway, so she got some work done on it last Saturday. She got the got some Harley noise action there. Got the frame painted up, pulled the wheels off, frame ground with a angle iron. What's wrong with my tongue today? Angle grinder and wire wheel. So it looks really sharp. So what I'm working on today is this neat axle setup. So we already did this side. So it's half of the Ford truck frame, as you can see, but it looks like, if you look real close, it looks like a Ford, I grease my arms, it looks like a front axle from a older truck, and it also has the older drum brakes as well. So we've already pulled this one up. I think it has like a 1-inch bearing here, and as the axle goes up it's like a 1.5 inch. So we'll take apart that side, but this one sounds pretty good, nice and clean in there, and we'll take you along for the ride. I gotta get some more rags, we got our grease, we got our tools, everything looked pretty clean in there. It definitely needs some more grease, so just trying to get it up and safe on the road for her. She's not going to be hauling, concrete and all kinds of stuff, but I do want to make sure it's not going to cause any issues for her. So, and it just, good proper maintenance. So I don't think it's been greased in a while, so we'll just work it from that route. Alright, so we're just going to grind off around here so it's a clean edge. Not totally sure on how to tell you to do it consistently, but if you get the angle just right on the grinder, you can make it spin as you saw, which is kind of cool. So we got some extra rags, I got my gloves, tools right here. All right, you all ready for some fun? Let's have some fun. All right, this was pretty straightforward on the other one. Taking this off, conventional wheel bearing cap. Seemingly no issues with the other side. Nice, pretty last Wednesday in April. It's very sitting right here in the sun. It's a little warmer here, but overall very comfy. All right, so this one's pretty dry, really. So not a terrible thing, but yeah, it's kind of dry. This one needs some grease. The other one was a little bit better. So thankfully it does have the cotter pin. Yank that back, push it up there, pull it out. Good enough shape, we can save it. Okay. Get up there. Alright. This one's actually pretty tight. Alright. Back with a set of pliers. All needed. The other one was a little bit goobier, so it was pretty loose or easy to unscrew. Yeah, this one's a little crusty. There's that one. Yeah, Yeah, it's kind of dry. Ugh, that's kind of crusty. Yeah. Plus, we gotta get the sand and gunk off of it. Yeah, it's been a while since this side was greased. See how the bearings look? Bearings there are pretty dry. Still functional, I think, but there's yeah, I think they'll be fine, but they need some grease ASAP. Yeah, it feels good still. It just needs grease yesterday. All right, so don't throw your own clothes away. Cut old pants up and use them for rags. You're welcome. You are welcome. Alright, we're just going to dunk that one right in there for a moment. Alright, so there's a seal on the back, so we got to punch that out to get to the other bearing, which as you can see is larger. So thankfully it looks really clean on the axle here. So no issues there. No scoring, no marks, and you can see the old drum brakes too. So kind of a neat piece of history there. Alright, so we got that. We're going to take a screwdriver here and clean it off best we can. And we're going to take and drive this to the back edge here, like so. There's no seal, so we don't have to worry about that. Only thing we do have to worry about is it ain't moving yet. Obviously you don't want to beat on the bearing. There we go. Now it's moving. There we go. See? Woo! Only thing that could have made that better was not to drop it in the grass with the bearing. Yay! Why do we have to go do that? Tell me why. Alright. So this one feels pretty good. I don't see any real major signs of damage. That front bearing was pretty dry, but I think it's got life enough in it still to make it work. This looks good back here. That's just a cover anyways. Try to get the sand off this the best we can, then we can take some brake clean to it. But yeah, see, I think it's a 1 on the front. Like a 1-inch bearing maybe. And then like a 1.5 on the back is what I'm guessing. So, this is pretty crusty now. But this one looks pretty good. This one looks like it's got better, it's had better lubrication than the last one. Cleanish cloth. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Ish. Wipe the edge out here because we'll put some new grease in this edge or erase. Sorry, get our technical terms correct here. So yeah, it's kind of a neat, definitely a neat build on this trailer. Alright, so we're going to put some more grease up here. On that area. It's where the, obviously inside the bearing rides. We'll put some new grease on the race here. Alright, that's nice and pretty. All stuck, the back stuck in here. Work it in. I know there's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm probably not doing it the best way. I think a lot of your newer, well, not newer Fords, but like, you know, Ford trucks and older Explorers 2000s and back had wheel bearings still where you had to lube them. A lot of the GM stuff went to the sealed wheel bearings, so you didn't have to worry about it. You get a roar, you just replace it. Pros and cons to both, I think. Might be a little bit less work with this style of things to take off, maybe, but I'm not confident on that. Get this all goobered up here. Sounds pretty good. Maybe a tad granular, but she's not really, you know, she might go 20 miles in a day, and that's probably going to be pushing it. So, and that might be just a couple days a week. So, we don't have to have something, you know, it's going to have to do 100 miles a day. We just need it to be, you know, dependable as it can be. So, we're not going to go crazy on just replacing all the bearings if it doesn't need to be replaced, which I don't think these do. None of them seem like they're loose. None of the bearings are missing. So, I think we're good to go. Just lube up the sides here. Kind of heavy. And we'll stuff it in. Probably, once we drop it in right here, get it in its spot, and then I'm going to take some of this excess off the fingers because I waste, and we're going to pack in the back here of it too. Actually, it's kind of easier to just do this. There we go. Just so that the, you know, once we put the cover back on, there's plenty of grease here to work in to the back of the bearing so that it get dry. It might be a little bit excessive, I don't know, but that's the way I'm doing it today anyways. Alright, so we got that. We got our fingers full of grease. Let's go ahead and grease this front one here while the hands are already kind of greasy. Alright. So this one sounds better. Doesn't look good, but it sounds better. So our next goal today, this is part one. We're going to try to run taillights next in the harness. So we got the van harness already done. Went through all my scrap stuff from older trailers. So we got some neat clear taillights left over from a different project, so it kind of be like Cadillac lights. So yeah, I think it look pretty cool. Alright, so we got that. Our hands are all goobered up. Alright. I did forget this trick on the other side. At least it won't totally be as wasteful. So far I don't think I have any of my clothes yet, so that's not too bad. I'll take this older rag here. Ugh. Greasy. Alright. At least so we got the main part off. So we'll put our seal back on, get it kind of even. Tap around with the hammer until it's flush with the back. There we go. Nice and flush with our hub so it pops right onto the back like it should. Alright. There's that. Wipe the hands off again so we can put some grease on the inside race here. I can feel some sand on my hands, so I need to get that off. So I can finger in some grease here. We've already got our bearings set up there. Actually, really easier. Go ahead and just do this off. I knew that, I just didn't do it. So don't make my mistake, do it first. Alright, so we got that goobered up. Some came off back here, so put some more back on. Go. This guy. There you go, little buddy. Alright, so we'll take a little bit more grease, pack in the back. Now, granted, this could be excessive. I don't know. Well, I probably do know, but I'm just ignoring it. Alright, so we got that. Then we need our washer. It's cleaned up the best as I think is really necessary. Line up on the tab. There we go. We got our nut. It's pretty cleaned up too. We're going to tighten it tight. And then I'm going to back it off just a smidge, and we'll see where our cotter pin goes in here. And I end up with that. There we go. That's pretty good. Doesn't seem to be rocking, so it's not rocking, so we're going to roll with that. Ha 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 ha. How you like that one? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm here all week. Alright, there's that. Feels pretty good. Alright, put our cap back on. Have more grease goobering around. So that is the end of the bearing swap and clean on that. A little granule, but it could be the those shoes too. All right, so that is refurbing the brakes. We'll come back later for taillights.